On Daily Forex, this is Chris taking a look at the US dollar against the Swiss franc. The US dollar's gotten hammered against the Swiss franc as we continue to see US dollar weakness overall. That being said, there are a lot of questions right now as to how things play out due to the fact that we have a lot of worries about new tariffs coming from the United States against multiple countries around the world. Reciprocal tariffs, if you will. And therefore, people don't really know what to do with the situation. With this being said, suspect that bond yields are coming into play as well, at least in the short term, as yields will fall, perhaps people piling into treasuries. But there's also a little bit different scenario here in this pair, as the Swiss franc is well known for being a safety currency, so it makes a certain amount of sense that you would see it look attractive to a lot of traders right now. So with that being the case, I think you have to assume that traders will continue to look at this through the prism of whether or not the world is losing its mind. Right now, I think it's probably a very dangerous time to trade, mainly because we are all hanging on the words of a man who, quite frankly, is impulsive and almost certainly will do things to rattle the markets. So, while I believe longer term the US dollar prevails against multiple currencies, the Swiss franc itself is going to be a bit more difficult to crack. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it does. If we break above the 0.92 level, then we could really take off. But this has been a really tough couple of days for the dollar against the franc, so we'll have to wait and see. If we can close back above the 50-day EMA, then I might be more inclined to start buying again. I certainly don't want to short the market at this point because, quite frankly, the US dollar could surge suddenly um, and take everybody out of this trade. So it's also worth noting that the Swiss National Bank recently cut interest rates by 50 basis points, and I think that is something that cannot be ignored. The Swiss certainly see something ugly in their own economy.